Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to continue Amictus, the Bug Queen. How you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let's continue with Chapter 1, The Terrible Truth. How could I have been a fool for so long? Tom gazed at the face, staring back at him. The tilt of the nose, the strength burning in those eyes. Tom saw these things in his own face whenever he saw his reflection. Freya, you're my mother, he gasped. The woman standing before him said nothing. Tom searched her face for a sign of emotion. Nothing. He hesitated, stepping forwards, and reached out to show her his right hand. Crab, the sea monster, had wounded him during the first beast quest in Gwildor. And his hand had become infected with terrible poison. Now he was free of pain, thanks to a few drops of Freya's blood, which had fallen into the wound. Is that what Valmel's riddle meant? Asked the voice behind him. Looking over his shoulder, Tom could see Elena rubbing her bruised head, and shakily walking over to him. She'd been knocked out by Freya, but now she'd regained consciousness. Tom turned back to Freya, recalling Valmel's taunting riddle. Ichor of kin. Kin ichor. Red to red. Life from death. Freya was Tom's kin, and her red blood had saved him from certain death. Silver ran over, placing his body between Elena and Freya, growling a warning. The woman's lips curled in an icy smile. Tom gave a nervous laugh. Don't worry, Silver, he said, trying to calm the wolf despite his own anxiety. He had so many questions. Why had Freya left after Tom was born? Why had he been told that she had died? How could he help her escape from Valmel? And had she... Tom felt his chest tighten with emotion. Had his mother ever thought about him? Thunder clapped in Tom's ears, and a flash of purple light sent him and Elena reeling back. Steadying his feet, Tom heaved his shield around and protected them both. Silver kept close to Elena's legs, and Tom heard a distant whine from Storm. Excuse me. I just had lunch. Ad that I can't skip. Ad. His feet, Silver close to Eleanor's legs. Tom heard a distant whine from Storm. He's far enough back to be safe, Tom told himself. Valmel appeared in a haze of purple mist, hovering high in the air to one side of Freya. With menacing calmness, he lowered himself to the ground until his feet touched down. In a small cloud of purple dust, evil had arrived. Here is Velmel with Freya right next to him. The wizard's face was stony and his eyes sparkled with contempt. The answer is no, Velmel said in a voice that made Tom's skin prickle with dread. The answer to what? Tom asked, shifting his shield higher on his arm. Velmel was carrying his staff with the 2 axe heads fixed into it. The blades shone. No, she never thought about you, Velmel said. Tom couldn't help his glance darting to Freya's face, but she had lowered her head so that Tom could no longer see the expression in her eyes. Velmel laughed. Don't bother, he goaded. You won't see any love there. Liar, Tom shouted. Velmel strode forwards, lifting his staff into the air. His robes rippled and his long hair whipped against his shoulders. Stand your ground, Tom told himself. But he knew that one strike from the staff would break his shield in 2. Velmel peered into Tom's face, as if he was trying to read what was behind his eyes. Then he gave a shrug and turned his back, walking over towards Freya, whose face was still lowered. Freya's heart in riddles with evil. Freya's heart is riddled with evil, the wizard continued. She doesn't want to return to good. She doesn't want you. Velmel conjured up a fresh cloud of purple dust, and slowly he and Freya rose into the air. Tom lunged forward, trying to reach his mother, but in a fresh flash of light, the 2 of them disappeared. Then another vision appeared. A shimmering cloud floated towards them. Tom unsheathed his sword and trained the tip on whatever new menace had arrived. But as a figure stepped forward, Tom lowered his sword to fall to his side. Aduro, Elena cried, as the wizard's face creased into a smile. In the front of the wizard stood a second man, with broad shoulders and a familiar, kind face. Father, Tom said. I'm sorry, Tom, Taladon said. Sorry that you found out this way. We came as quickly as we could, Aduro said, waving a hand to clear the last wisps of cloud. I sensed Freya's sacred had been revealed to you. You've had a shock, Tom. Can you still face the quest? And here's Tom, Aduro, and Taladon, standing in the distance, walking towards Tom. We'll understand if it's too much, Taladon added. Add 2 ads that I can't skip. I can skip that one. Sorry that you found out this way. We came as quickly as we could, said Aduro, waving a hand to clear the last wisps of cloud. I sensed Freya's secret had been revealed to you. You've had a shock, Tom. Can you still face the quest? I'll understand if it's too much, Teledon added. Tom turned to gaze out over Gwilder. The sky was the same brilliant blue as it had always been, and the fields rippled with emerald green grass. This was the most beautiful kingdom Tom had ever seen, and the one most in need of a hero. Tom turned back to face his friends. Elena was watching him closely. Tom felt determination tingling in his body. Don't worry, he said. Nothing will make me give up on this quest. Tom trotted over and Storm trotted over, and Tom rested a hand on, the stallion's neck. Elena whistled for Silver. Well, she asked, when do we start? Right now, Tom replied, swinging himself into Storm's saddle. Elena scrambled up behind him, and he led the stallion over to Aduro and Teledon. Aduro watched them, smiling. But Tom noticed that Teledon was frowning. We'll have a lot to talk about, he said, and one day I will answer any questions you might have. But for now, this quest must be your priority. I know my responsibilities, Father, Tom replied. When the time comes, I want no more lies. Teledon's gaze fell to the ground, and Tom suddenly realized how wretched his father must be feeling. Teledon looked up. His deep brown eyes brimmed with tears. The life you gave me sent on these adventures, Tom said gently, trying to reassure his father. I wouldn't change that for the world. But I must know the truth someday. He dug his heels into Storm's sides, and the stallion leaped off. To the quest, Tom cried out, raising a fist into the air. And here is Tom and Elena riding Storm off to face Amictus, the Bug Queen. That was chapter 1. Trying to find the... There we go. That was chapter 1, The Terrible Truth. Hope you guys enjoyed my read through Amictus, the Bug Queen. And I also hope you like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. And of course, the Great Dragon Book, my own creation. Well, I never know how to end these videos, so I'm just gonna say my goodbyes, and yeah. See ya.